Okay, so why did I decide to remove all the free members and go strictly with a paid community? Well, I gave a little bit of the explanation in my videos before I removed everyone to announce that I'm pivoting over my business. And the reason why I did that is because I was going to do two Skool communities. I was going to do a free community and do a community type of funnel where they go from the free community to the paid community. Now, I'm always saying it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much you keep. And when you're paying for two Skool communities at each at $99 a piece, you're looking at just $200 just on a community, right? On hosting communities. And then I was like, well, no, because then I don't want to divide my time between two communities. Plus, I don't feel right giving half-assed information. It's like I already felt like I was holding back. I was giving all of the information to my inner circle and paid clients. And it seemed like only the free people were getting half of the information. Plus, on top of that, I need a traffic source, right? So I was going heavy on YouTube, and a lot of people who joined my inner circle and paid for the higher ticket offers, they found me on YouTube because it was a time I was very heavy on there. However, what I did with YouTube got me search. It was an organic search. So I'm like, you know what? Let me use YouTube for the free. I can use YouTube for the free. Why would I pay? Even though Skool has some traffic, because people can find you on the Skool platform, but they have to know about the Skool platform and they have to be on the Skool platform to search for your community or to search for a community like yours using keywords or whatever. But YouTube is like the second largest search engine in the world because Google is number one. YouTube is number two. And if I'm going to put out free info, why not put out that free info on YouTube and put all my paid stuff in the community in which I'm paying for, right? So I said, you know what, that makes sense because all of this came out on an inner circle call. Because I was telling them, I was like, I don't want to do two communities. And I was preaching that at first, like get it, but then I didn't want to do it. So I can't preach to you to do something that I don't even want to do. Like at the first I wanted to do it, but then when I got to thinking about it, I said I need to change this model. Because when I teach people to do certain things, I'm teaching them to do things because I'm doing them. And not just because I'm necessarily doing them, but and I don't mean it in that way. It's just that I don't want to teach somebody to do something that I'm not even willing to do myself. Like, it's just, to me, that's wrong. You know, let's be transparent, but let's be ethical. Now, I teach stuff that I no longer do because that was in the beginning of my journey. So when somebody's teaching you something they don't do now, that don't mean they never did it or won't go back and do it again, right? If they were to start over. Because a lot of people, like, hindsight is 2020. You know, we teach our kids according to, like, if I knew then what I know now, let me tell them now. Like, you know what I mean? So you trying to have your children avoid those same mistakes because you weren't aware of the consequence or where it was going to lead you to until you later down the road. And see, they don't see later down the road because they haven't been there. And that's kind of how it is when some people are teaching you online. They're going back, like they're going in hindsight. Like, if I could start over again today, that's why you see those YouTube videos where it's like, if I started my business over again from scratch, this is what I'll do now, because they learned from what they did prior, what took too long, what did they mess up on, and things like that. So that's kind of why I said I'm just going to do the paid community, because nor do I want to do two communities and pay for two communities, because I'm all about keeping more of my money, right? Because we have bills to pay, right? And you want to just keep as much of your money as you can for your family, for your legacy, to invest, to put in trust. You know, there's no point in spending money when you don't have to spend the money, right? So if we don't have to spend it, then don't spend it. And we don't have to, as long as YouTube is free. So YouTube is free. We'll put the free content on YouTube, which should help drive traffic and get more awareness on top of it about your community. If you're putting all of your free content behind a free community, somebody has to get behind a door first to even get that free info. When if you put it on YouTube, it's opened up, the door opened. And so that's kind of how I was thinking about it when we was talking about it. I said, you know what, you're right. And actually it was Dawn. Dawn was like, just use the YouTube like you used to. That's how I found you. Just use the YouTube. I said, you know what, you're right. Let me get everybody out of the free community. If they want free, they can go to YouTube. They can go to my YouTube channel. I got tons of free on there, right? And I can just put all of my good, juicy stuff right here in the community. So that's why I decided to go ahead and do that, because you need both a paid and an organic traffic source. And we're going to get into that when we start talking about traffic. You should have a traffic source that is paid, and you should have one that is free, which is organic. And in my case, I love ads. I love paid. Paid gets you results faster. That's why I like paid. But free, I'm not an Instagrammer, so I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on Snapchat. I'm not on the TikToky, the Snappy Chatty, Tiki-Toky, Facebooky. I'm not on none of that, but I do like the Tubi, right? So I say, let me go on YouTube, So maybe that's my thing. That's going to be my organic, is the tube. And my paid is going to be my Facebook or Meta ads, right? Because I love those, right? Even though I've ran a lot, Pinterest, all kind, Google, all of those. But I really like Facebook ads, Facebook and Instagram ads. So yes, that's kind of my thought process. I was thinking about the traffic sources and also to minimize my cost. Let's be real. I don't want to pay for two communities when I don't have to. I can use YouTube for my free community. And that's basically what YouTube is you get subscribers, and they have a communities tab. So it's basically a community of your subscribers, and they can get all the free info. And those who want to go further with you, get behind the scenes, see you raw, see you with your hair not on and your filters not on, and they want to get raw, they can come into the Digital Creator Society, So that's kind of where my thought process is with that.